30 years ago, Aintree belonged to Jenny Pitman when Corbière became the first horse trained by a woman to win the Grand National. A brilliant trainer of staying chasers, she won a second national with Royal Athlete in 1995. Jenny was blunt, bluff, and plenty tough enough.
There have been rumours, and those rumours were totally unfounded, as you can see today, and it made the race even more important because I wanted to prove to people that I have been telling the truth.
But she could turn on the charm when needed, and Corbière, white of face and big of heart, who was to finish third in 2 more nationals, was a battler like his trainer. And having led a long way out, he had to dig deep.
It's Corbière from Brisbane, and Corbière's won it, and a great salute from Benderhan.
Among national winning owners, there was none more eccentric than Dorothy Padgett, owner of the brilliant Golden Miller, winner of 5 consecutive Cheltenham Gold Cups in the 1930s. In 1934, Golden Miller, just 7 and carrying 12 stone 2, became the only horse to win both the Gold Cup and Grand National in the same year, scoring in record time. Stupendously wealthy, Padgett bet like a kicking mule and had an aversion to men. It was said that Golden Miller was the only male of any species she ever kissed. In 1949, Aintree was sold to the Topham family, and thus began the reign of Mirabel Topham, who was the grande dame of the Grand National for the next 24 years. Mrs. Topham, who had a house on course by the paddock, ruled with a rod of iron and believed there were 2 ways of doing things, her way and the wrong way. Anne, Duchess of Westminster, had owned the peerless Arkle, and in 1985 her colours were carried by 50-to-1 shot Last Suspect after jockey Hugh Davis had persuaded her to run him. Last Suspect had his own ideas about hard work, but on this day he put his best foot forward with a late and devastating thrust.
Last Suspect is beginning to get up on the near side, and Last Suspect has won it. Last Suspect the winner.
From 1979, lady jockeys were allowed to ride in the National, and the first to complete the course was Geraldine Rees, who cajoled her tired Mount Cheers home in 1982.
You'd think this horse had won the National. 26-year-old Geraldine Rees. She's the first woman rider has completed the National course.
For another female writer of Grand National headlines, Venetia Williams, the finest hour came 4 years ago when the unheralded 100-to-1 shot Monmouth stormed home under Liam Treadwell.
Venetia Williams trains Monmouth to win the National.
12 months ago, Katie Walsh came closer to winning the National than any other lady jockey when giving Seabass a great steer into 3rd place, and she describes herself as mad excited to be back for more. Brother Ruby has twice won the great race, including victory on Papillon, trained like Seabass by his dad Ted, and triumph for Katie would not just be a blinding result for the racing family Walsh, but a mighty one for jump racing as a whole, and indeed the entire sporting world.